0. And we are the Bandit Inquisition live from here. And tonight I am joined by our amazing Kingdom Hearts experts, Fluttershy and the defective Defector.
Hello.
Hi.
Fantastic. We're going to discuss the potentials of Kingdom Hearts 3 on PS4, 5, 6, 7. What? It might happen. You've got to admit Square Enix hasn't got a really good track record for these things lately.
And
Gentlemen,
Xbox One.
We will launch Final Fantasy 13 versus with Final Fantasy 13. That didn't happen, did it?
So, about Final Fantasy 15.
Apparently there could be a big announcement on that at E3, but
It's coming to the
time.
PS5. Right, but KH3. Before I move on to KH3, do you think they have another spin-off game for the Vita, or maybe another one for the PS3? I mean the 3DS. You know, my numbers jumbled.
No, I don't think so.
And
I think they're mainly going to focus on 3 now until the next game after that.
And I'd like to second that. I don't think so either, as they've already announced that Kingdom Hearts 3 is in development, and I also know that there's apparently going to be a big reveal sometime this year as well on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Exciting stuff. But they have dropped storyline details, haven't they? For Kingdom Hearts 3. It's all about Xehanort. No one else matters, it's just Xehanort. Scrap the rest of the cast. You'll play as Xehanort. You'll fight against Xehanort. Xehanort will be Xehanort. Xehanort will work for Xehanort, who will be working with Xehanort, who will work for a different Xehanort from a different Xehanort. And there'll be 13 of them. That's basically it, isn't it?
Something like that.
And the big reveal will be that Sora was always Xehanort. And Xehanort was really Sora.
What would be funny, from my perspective, is Xehanort is actually Sora's father, because you don't know who Sora's father is.
Or his mother.
You hear his mother at the beginning of H1, but that's all you get from his parents.
Sora! Dinner's ready!
Pretty much.
You got a cold, Mum? No, I'm fine!
You hear her calling him down, but he's already gone through the window.
He was going to be fine through the window. You've seen his jump mechanic. I like the splits.
It's only bad in the first game.
Like somebody kicked him several times in the crotch. He couldn't close his legs for a couple of days. Had necks like space hoppers. But no, I personally think it's going to be a time travel mechanic.
I hope not.
It's how you're going to stop Xehanort from making Organisation 13 again. You're going to follow him through time. And he'll get the other Xehanort to fight you to prove his worth to join Organisation 13. So when he fails, when you finally get to Xehanort trying to recruit himself, while he's talking to himself in the mirror, when you fight the final boss, and it'll end up being Maleficent for some reason.
No, but I do see her appearing in the game.
Yeah. No, you're right. It'll be Pete. It was Pete all along. Pete was the evil mastermind behind everything.
Oh, hell no. Pete is an idiot.
He just plays the fool. I like my tugboat. Do.
So he goes back in time to steal his tugboat from himself.
Genius. No one would ever see it coming. That guy looks awfully suspiciously familiar. It's nice to have confirmation that Pete is a cat. Something else missing from the Kingdom Hearts franchise, that.
Oh, of course.
So, 12 different timelines. That'd be fun. It's the only thing they've actually confirmed, isn't it? Oh, and there's going to be the rides from Disneyland are going to appear, aren't they? But they had that in one of the E3 trailers, didn't they? Like the train and the big pirate galleon.
Yeah.
Because they were showing some gameplay footage.
Yeah.
in early access beta thing. So they said this may not be the final product.
No, but it still looked nice.
Yes.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
But the way I see it going is it looks like they're trying to aim for one big fight between the 13 Darkness and the 7 Light people.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's just how they're going to build up to that.
And if I'm correct, Xehanort is not a nobody or a
No, he's
Hatless
not.
in this.
He's normal.
He's a normal being because his nobody and Hatless have been destroyed.
Yeah,
So
it's the
he's-
same as the rest of the original Organisation 13.
Yes.
They all got changed back to normal.
I liked Shion from Organisation 13, but oh, she's never going to show up again, which is a bit of a pity.
No, because she wasn't real to begin with. The organisation made her.
Well, they can make her again.
No, they'd have to actually remember.
Well, see, that's why they made her make her again, because if they got the already made her, then you have this amazing idea to make Shion.
But they don't have the reason anymore.
And you don't need a reason.
They had a reason to make her the first time round.
I guess
They don't have that anymore.
I guess this was one of the spin-off games that I've not
This
played.
was 358 over 2 days.
Okay.
They made Shion to absorb Sora's power through Roxas, so they could have a backup, a Keyblade wielder, to build Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
But she ended up getting destroyed, and when she did, everybody forgot she existed.
But she's still my favourite. Is there any or anything else story based from Kingdom Hearts 3 we know about yet?
Well, it does look like we're going to get all the major characters from the previous games coming back.
Oh,
Like the Birth by Sleep characters.
so like Aqua
Yeah,
and her two mates.
Aqua, Terra and Ventus.
So not Air.
No.
No, that's a pity. Well, it makes sense. So Aqua for water, Terra for earth,
Yeah.
Air for air, or sky.
Hmm.
No,
But it would be interesting with how they deal with Ventus. He was a complicated one.
it's a complicated game series, isn't it? Anyway, it's not something you can condense down into a video.
Not very easily.
The point is one if you really want to watch it.
But it wouldn't be short.
No, 5 weeks later, I know less than I did beforehand.
They've got a series of videos about it on the game trailers. I think YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh. Well. How about things which could be in it? Reoccurring stuff, like the gummy ship.
Oh,
Because everybody loves the
yeah.
gummy ship.
That'll be there.
Might have good graphics this time. Something that doesn't like it's been dredged off the Mega Drive. And kind of shoehorned in.
No, that's not going to happen.
No, I think the style of it is basically just become its style, and I can't see them changing it drastically.
It's been the same for 2 straight games now.
Yeah.
Fair
And it
point.
just wasn't in the spin-off games at all.
Just wasn't moving for it. Real pity.
But Birth by Sleep had an alternative transportation method anyway. Their Keyblades turned into ships.
I haven't really got that far in again. I know that
It
Dream
doesn't
Doctor
take long.
I know that Dream Drop Distance had those pipes where you travelled through and you had to avoid the blocks and things.
Yeah, Dream Doctor said was all the sleep world. The sleeping world, so yeah.
And you got the little pets and stuff.
Dreams and nightmares.
And it was their trials, wasn't it? That one. That was the trials of Riku and Sora to prove their worth to be Keyblade Masters.
Yeah, that was the original intent.
Because saving the world just isn't good enough.
But they're not messed with that too.
He's everywhere. Just can't catch a breath from Mr. Knock, can you?
It's actually that much more. He's been influencing stuff more than we first thought.
He's an evil genius.
Like, the X and Sora's costume is there for a reason. It isn't just there for design purposes.
Is it X with Xehanort?
It's how Xehanort keeps track of him.
Oh. That's kind of clever, I guess.
The idea was he was going to... First he was going to use Riku as his 13th vessel for the organisation. But Riku got used to her, the darkness, so he could protect himself. So he just moved on to Sora as a backup. Well, he got stopped with that one.
He should have used King Mickey, Jonas.
No. That wouldn't work with Mickey.
Oh boy!
Mickey's a Keyblade Master.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? You know he's a Keyblade Master.
Oh yeah.
He's not there to use it.
He just doesn't stick around with you. There's more stuff to do than just protect Sora.
That's why Donald and Goofy were told to protect Sora.
No, I mean, if he's such a master, he's just going to save the world himself.
Because Xehanort is stupidly clever but insane at the same time.
That's the real pit for saying
Just
that.
like the Joker is.
So Xehanort is similar to the Joker.
Possibly.
They're both crazy and both clever.
Yeah.
There we are.
I know there's a couple of things I don't want to see in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right, can
Donald
I
and
take
Goofy.
one guess?
You'll probably get this one right.
Atlantica?
Correct.
Don't worry. They'll replace Atlantica with Finding Nemo.
That I'd be okay with.
They're not, are they?
Because Fish Sora.
They're not going to do it, are they, though?
No.
They're not going to use any of the Pixar properties they have licensed to, which is a bit of a shame.
True.
But if they're going to do it, they would have done it by now.
I also don't want to see Beast's Castle because of the ending sequence of KH2.
When they actually rounded it off and finished the actual story.
They actually finished the movie, the storyline, where he becomes normal.
Yeah.
He's a human again.
But they could have the revenge of Gaston.
Gaston wasn't actually in the game.
No, he wasn't, was he?
No.
That's why he wants his revenge. He was a pinnacle character of that story, and he wasn't even in it.
But the thing is, though, didn't they round off all the worlds?
They did, but some of them ended in a way that it would still feel appropriate for them to be in the game.
Mm.
But
like with Lion King, Simba can still fight as well as he ever could, so you could still team up with him.
But he could be I guess some of them could become summons.
Yeah.
Like Simba could become a summon. Like Dumbo's a summon, isn't he? And so is Bambi.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Simba a summon in the first game?
Yeah, which is a tricky one because the summons are different between the two games that have summons in them.
Wasn't Simba little Simba in the first game?
Simba was in the first game because you had a crystal or something, which was the last remnant of them after their world got destroyed.
Yeah, but I was just asking, was it adult Simba?
I
Pup
think
Simba?
it was adult Simba.
That would make sense. But having return as someone in adult form would also make sense. I think they'll probably add new worlds.
Yeah, that makes sense as well.
I mean, it won't be anything from the Marvel or the Star Wars universe.
Oh, hell no.
Nah, it's just too early. I think
Even though there is a lot of coverage, it could be in. But I think if anything, they might put something in the universe as like maybe a side boss at the Colosseum or something like that. I think that's the best we're going to get if we get anything.
I think
the reasons I've been reading a lot of reasons where they shouldn't, and they make sense.
I'm not saying they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They shouldn't do it, especially with Kingdom Hearts 3. But maybe they might do a spin-off game. Like maybe something for the Vita or the 3DS where it didn't really matter. Like maybe some kind of...
You say that, but all the spin-offs have mattered.
Okay, no, how about this one then? A new Dissidia game. We have the Final Fantasy cast, the KH, some from Marvel and some from Star Wars. Just so they can go, yeah, look at all the amazing properties we actually own. That would be good.
That would be interesting.
But on Worlds, I can only think of 4 they might add, which are all Disney properties. And this isn't descending order of likeliness. So I start with the least likely and work my way up to the most likely.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to start with Tangled as the least likely option. It's a Disney one they haven't touched on yet. It's still kind of popular. It would add another princess to the universe. I don't know why they might add another princess.
Oh, no, she wouldn't count as a Princess of Heart, though.
No, but she'd still technically be a princess. She would be more of a princess than Alice. But it's another world they could add. It was quite a fun movie.
Yeah.
After that, Wreck-It Ralph, because it just makes sense. You've got the 3 different worlds. You got the building world where Ralph originates from. You got the candy level, and you got the futuristic first-person shooter world type thing.
Yeah.
And you got all the different characters. Obviously, you won't have the crossover characters. Like Bison and Mario
And Sonic.
and Bowser. They wouldn't be there.
Oh, of course not.
But the world just makes sense. But it's just been such a while since those 2 actually came out.
That hasn't stopped Disney in the past.
Good point, Tron. Winnie the Pooh.
I was actually thinking, what was it called?
Peter Pan.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, that was in number 2, wasn't it?
That was in Dream Drop Distance.
Oh. I think that very far in Dream Drop Distance. I didn't like the game mechanics on it.
No, I watched a playthrough online.
That's good. My other choice would be, because it is a big one and it will be pretty cool, Big Hero 6. Even if it didn't actually make it as a level, a summon of the robot would be pretty cool. Betamax in his big red armour would make a pretty cool summon. Just swoops in, punches the bad guy a couple of times, flies off again. Or this entire cast swoops in. But, San Fran Tokyo would be a pretty cool place to run around and explore. With Betamax and Hero.
Yeah.
And the most obvious one of all, Frozen.
I guess.
The one
big one at the moment.
Yeah.
obviously neither of them would be Princesses of Hearts,
No.
but they could also you could have the world, then you could have the summon, you know, the big marshmallow monster, the one that Elsa makes. I could summon Olaf, that'd be pretty fun. Summon both of them.
That could be their ability in the world itself.
Possibly, yeah.
I know that Elsa, when she in Frozen Fever, makes little tiny Olafs, which look kind of cute. But yeah, they're the 4 worlds I think they go with. Mostly Frozen because it is getting a sequel.
I'd probably go with any films they haven't covered just yet.
But there's
Like
some
sequels to that they haven't covered.
but there's
Films they already have in.
yeah. But when you think about it, there's actually quite a lot they haven't covered. It's actually, if I looked into it a bit deeper, I can remember what they've actually done and what they haven't done. Because they haven't done an actual Dumbo world. They didn't do a Bambi world.
But they did do Fantasia.
They didn't do a 101 Dalmatian world, even though the Dalmatians were in it.
But you had to find all the Dalmatians in the first game, didn't you?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
That was a pain.
there wasn't a dedicated world, is what I was getting at.
they didn't have their own personal
Yeah.
world.
Merlin was in the game, but there wasn't a Sword in the Stone world.
No, but I think he's too intricate to the storyline as is for
Probably.
them to have their own world now.
Yeah, especially
him.
appeared at least in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
They haven't done anything with the Black Cauldron. That's a pretty old Disney film now. I don't think there was a Mary Poppins world, even though that would have worked. Because that was just lots of different worlds in itself, wasn't it? When they go play football against animals.
Oh, I could see it working, but it would feel odd having them animate that because of how old it is now. It made sense in a way for what was that other one? Pirates of the Caribbean, because there were Pirates of the Caribbean games.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other films they haven't done. They haven't done Aristocats. Was anyone wants to be a cat?
I don't think that was in Dream Drop Distance.
Oh, is that the one where the cat wears a ring and can actually like freeze people and stuff?
I don't know. I've not actually seen the Aristocats. I don't think it is.
I haven't watched that movie.
I've seen something with cats made by Disney, but it wasn't a cat in it. It was like an actual film.
No, the Aristocats is an animated movie.
Okay.
See, and Disney has a lot of properties they haven't touched on
Yeah.
because technically, did Hercules get his own world, or is it just the
Yeah.
Colosseum?
Well, the Colosseum is part of the Hercules world anyway. And in KH2, you also get the underworld.
Yeah.
I just remember.
So yeah, Hercules has always had his own world.
Okay, that works. I saw me just about recent, but I ran out of them.
We won't be seeing Tarzan again unless they want to get the rights for Tarzan again, because he was only in the one game.
Yeah, because they lost the rights, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get the rights back for Tarzan. Bit of a pity.
Well, to be fair, the Tarzan world was really annoying anyway. Up, down.
That aspect, yeah, but overall it wasn't too bad.
Obviously, things like Agrabah appear because Jasmine's one of the princesses of Heart, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Alice in Wonderland will probably appear again because Alice is a princess of Heart.
Maybe
No.
not the world, but
Is she
Alice
not?
might.
She is, but Alice as well didn't appear in KH2.
Did it not?
No.
Ah, I thought it did. No.
Did Alice appear though?
No, because the Princesses of Heart didn't matter
Yeah.
for KH2 storyline. All that mattered was the names. KH2 didn't focus on the princesses because we were going for the organisation in that one.
Yeah, that was what introduced Organisation 13 and who they are and
Yeah, the
expanding their story.
princesses only mattered in KH1,
Okay.
where they were used to unlock the one of the big doors.
Uh-huh. There's some princesses, isn't there?
There is.
Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
I know where.
Did Nintendo help make this game?
No, but they might have been inspiration.
They were inspired by a Link to the Past. I'm Souls Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
That's a different topic. Sorry, that was me. Just cracked my elbow. Yeah, I'm getting ready for that fight. Forget cracking knuckles.
Yeah. Have you done the Snow White world?
Yes. That was on Birth by Sleep.
Alright.
Had the 7 dwarfs in it.
I did.
But we'll now see the 8th dwarf. They keep him locked in the basement. Just in case visitors come round.
No, you must not be seen.
Oh, hokey surd. No guarantee he had a Y in his name. Maybe there were 2 that didn't. There's Doc and Bashful.
I don't actually remember all the names.
You got Doc, Bashful, Sleepy,
Grumpy.
Dumpy, Grumpy,
Happy.
Happy. Oh, one died.
No.
Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy, Dopey. Other one. Oh, Snow White. There you go. Sorry.
Yeah. There's actually only.
Oh, Sneezy. That's
Yeah.
who we're forgetting. Sneezy.
And have you noticed out of all of them, there's actually only one really positive name there. And that's Happy.
Doc.
And that's Happy.
He was happy.
Mm.
That's not negative names, really. Have maybe Grumpy.
And Dopey.
That's not necessarily sad or anything.
No. True.
He might be unhappy that he's not as clever as the rest. But it was implied that Doc was obviously the clever one.
Yeah.
Because he was called Doc and he wore glasses.
Hmm.
And he seemed to be in charge.
Yeah.
Obviously Dopey was the dopey one.
Hmm.
He was the goofy of the group.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Obviously they'll have the Colosseum again, I think.
Yeah, I would be surprised if that is missing.
Because that's where they kind of kept the Final Fantasy characters, isn't it? Locked up there.
No, the Final Fantasy characters were always in Radiant Garden. But the Colosseum was a nice place to fight them.
That's kind of what I meant. That's what I didn't actually get into in Kingdom Hearts. I just remember that you saw quite a few of the FF characters at the Colosseum. Like you fight Cloud and Sephiroth there.
Yeah.
And a couple of the other ones floated there, didn't they?
Well, and Yuffie and Tifa are in the Colosseum as well.
Wasn't Vincent there?
No.
And Cloud. Oh, everyone in it. Oh, yeah, Cloud was there in the first one.
Cloud's also there in the second one.
Yeah, and then you got Aaron as well. From Final Fantasy. Aaron. Is he from Final Fantasy X?
10, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a companion, you don't actually fight him.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're going to add more. They're going to add more FF characters, aren't they?
Oh, of course they will. There's so many to choose from.
Well, I'm going to declare Lightning will be there.
Probably.
Lightning's the most likely choice at this point, isn't it? You know, with 3 games. And being in Dissidia 2, was she?
Yeah, she was.
And she's been in both of the Theatre Rhythm games, hasn't she, I think?
Was she in the first Theatre Rhythm?
I can't remember, I was hoping you'd remember.
I don't know, it's been some time since I played the first one.
It
I know
makes-
she's in the second one.
It kind of makes sense,
I
doesn't it?
think she's got 2 different forms in the second one.
Ooh, isn't she fancy?
Who's this?
Lightning.
Lightning from Final Fantasy 13.
Before you get your ideas, yes, we're talking about the Final Fantasy character, not the car.
Or the weather.
Yeah, I've worked that one out.
Let's try and decide.
I know Wackle was in the first one.
He was.
He was on the island. You could use him to basically just
You could fight him.
You could
to
smack
level up.
You could smack his balls around with your wood.
Yeah, get some points.
Okay.
I think they might do DLC for this game.
It'd be a first.
I think they're going to do Colosseum DLC. Get the game out. I think have it run for a bit. Let people level up. And then do 2 DLC packs for the Colosseum. If they think there's enough fan response for it. The Star Wars pack. And the Marvel pack. But only for the Colosseum. Nowhere else. You know, I think they're going to have little cameo appearances of the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff anyway. Like in the gummy ship, you'll be flying along and maybe a Death Star will just be in the background somewhere. You won't get to go and see it, you just see it in the corner of your eye. Or maybe a little Star Wars figure in one of the shops or something. Or maybe you'll end up on a swamp planet and Yoda will just be there.
No, I like the idea of having figures appearing in the background and stuff, but anything that implies that the worlds are actually connected would be a bad idea. Because there's too much to Star Wars that just doesn't go well with Kingdom Hearts.
They could do it a similar way they did it with Soul Calibur. Like a rift opened and they fell through. So they're not really connected, they just showed up one day because of a rift. You know, a bit like Marvel versus Capcom, their games. There's normally some kind of space-time rift which puts the 2 worlds together.
Yeah.
And you have to separate the worlds. It'll just be a little portal. Nothing more, nothing less. Just so they can go, yes, we do all these properties, let's have them in Kingdom Hearts 3 now. But only in the Colosseum, because it's the only place that makes sense.
Oh,
Star Wars wouldn't really fit because of the way Star Wars works with the dark side and stuff. And Kingdom Hearts has its own darkness, which is completely different.
Yeah, no, it's all different, but it's not trying to integrate itself into the story, it's just there to fight them.
But from what I've read, Marvel wouldn't work because Marvel has its own as characters that are essentially gods.
Oh, come on, they're going to turn Zora into a god eventually.
No, they're not. Keyblade Master, maybe, but God, no. It's not going to happen.
what do you think about the other rumour they said is, as a cameo appearance for Star Wars, is have a lightsaber keyblade?
But that could be interesting.
Yeah, because and then possibly give Goofy the Captain America shield, but nothing more than that. Nothing more than like accessories rather than actual like storyline or.
Yeah, that could work because that would be a nice little nod to the properties.
Yeah, a nice night hat instead of a full-blown Colosseum. I still think even if you're not integrating into the story, just to fight them in the Colosseum would be interesting. obviously you're not
Well,
on board with that idea.
well, technically that's what they did with Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1. He had nothing to do with the story. It was just...
It would work with some characters, but not all of them.
Well, would you really want to put all the characters in anyway?
Oh no.
No, I mean, fighting against certain male characters would work, but not others.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because do you really think Sora can beat the Hulk?
well, he beat Sephiroth. And
Yeah, so does Cloud.
he beat Cloud. He beat Hercules, and Hercules was invincible unless you hit him with a pot.
Hercules' invincibility was temporary.
I know. No, he could beat the Hulk. I mean, you could have it where there's a time where you do enough damage to the Hulk, he turns back into Bruce Banner momentarily, then you beat up Bruce Banner, then he turns back into the Hulk, and...
No, how about this one? A timed survival. Rather than anything. So the idea is that...
You survive against the Hulk?
Yeah. That basically for 5 minutes kind of thing, or whatever, you've got to fight the Hulk, and if you don't die within a time limit, could even just be 2 minutes. That might work.
That'd be boring.
Depends.
So I'm picturing just a survival.
It depends how aggressive the Hulk is.
I shall now just continue to mash the dodge roll button.
Depends how quick he is.
But it depends what moves they give him, because some enemies can have really big shockwave type moves.
Yeah, one of his moves would just be a shockwave move. Unless you gave him multiple shockwave moves. Like you could have him just double hand the ground, air slap. So like he could go for an air dodge, he just slaps the air and knocks you out of the sky anyway. But if it's going to be survival, you'd have to have ways to counter all your moves. So you have maybe a 3-minute match. Like for the first 2 minutes, he's the Green Hulk. You get to the 2-minute mark. He hasn't hit you yet. He turns into the Red Hulk, and all his moves become 50% stronger than they already were. Yeah, so a survival challenge against the Hulk would be a good one. Just straight up fighting Captain America would be interesting because he'd have all the block moves.
Yeah.
So you'd survive against the Hulk for 3 minutes. You'd have to try and beat Captain America in 3 minutes because he'd have all the evasion. It would just be a straight up magic fight against Thor. Apart from he'd be straight up immune to lightning. It's the God of Thunder. It makes sense.
He'd absorb that stuff.
Yeah.
So
You'd have a straight up fight with Tony Stark as Iron Man as well.
Yeah.
But he could loop around again later and come back in the Hulkbuster suit. So he'd be the same fight, but he'd just take less damage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you could do Hawkeye and Black Widow unless you maybe double them up together.
Yeah, I could see them teaming up to have long and short range characters at the same
similar
time.
to Leon and Yuffie.
Yeah.
That kind of style.
Yeah. So I could, the Avengers could work.
Yeah, it's possible.
The Star Wars ones would be a bit less because they'd just be straight up fights. So I don't know what you could do with them. They'd just be interesting fights, especially. Obviously, the light side wouldn't be that interesting because you couldn't have too many because they're all pretty much the same person. I mean, if you're going to have the Jedi, you'd have to go with Yoda, Mace Windu, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, the three main ones.
Actually, yeah, that's about it, really.
But the Dark Side's got all the cool characters. Because obviously you'd have Darth Vader, who would just be slow.
You'd have Starkiller in there as well, I think his name was.
Oh, he made him from a video game.
Yeah.
The one no one knows about. No, I don't have Starkiller. I'd go with the other characters. If I was going to do... I personally have, obviously, Darth Vader because he's Darth Vader.
Yeah, it'd be weird not to have him.
Darth Maul, because he's like the best thing about Episode 2.
1.
He was the best thing about Episode 1 and 2. Did you notice his cameo appearance? Where his legs have wandered across the screen.
I must have missed that detail.
It was very brief. His torso came popping after it. Then he did Episode 1. He was the best thing about Episode 1. General Grievous, because he was really cool in the animated film.
Oh, well, I only mentioned Starkiller because of his fighting style being different to most of the other characters.
Yeah, it's because he holds it backwards, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
I'll just stab upwards.
He uses the same style as Ventus does. Because Ventus holds his keyblade that way.
Yeah, so I guess Starkiller could work. Ventress, because she has 2 lightsabers, and she's the only one who actually wields 2 lightsabers independently. Because Darth Maul has that double-ended lightsaber, doesn't he?
I don't think Unleashed on 2 counted.
No, Ventress isn't just from Unleashed 2.
No, I'm not. She isn't in Unleashed 2.
Is she not?
The clone of Starkiller
uses 2 lightsabers, doesn't he?
uses 2 lightsabers backhanded.
Forgot about that. I forgot it was a clone of a clone. Is Starkiller a clone or something?
No, Starkiller isn't a clone.
Shocking.
Starkiller was the son of a Jedi who was hiding.
Oh,
But,
yeah. I remember now.
Vader sensed the strength in the kid and took him.
Obviously, like I said, General Grievous, because he had 4 lightsabers, that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
I guess you could have Boba Fett or Jango Fett, just to mix it up a bit. These old guns.
Yeah, that could work.
Deflect the bullets for your keyblade. But that's pretty much, isn't it? I don't think there's anybody else you could really use from the Star Wars universe. But they would just become...
The only other thing I could possibly think of, which I don't even see that being a good fight because it was boring in Unleashed, would be the Emperor.
Oh. But didn't he just then...
That fight was tedious.
Didn't he just keep dropping health items, or was that Darth Vader?
I don't know, I tended to go for the good route, which would be the Emperor.
It's kind of interesting, isn't it? That's why you say the good route when you're playing the Starkiller and you're killing the Empire and the Republic. Yeah, but I picked the good route for that game.
That's the idea is you get a choice. You either fight Vader, where you end up taking his place, or you fight the Emperor and end up making a noble sacrifice, which becomes the main reason for the rebellion.
So yeah, that could work.
Which is why that's the canon ending.
But they keep rewriting the canon, don't they, for Star Wars? And they kind of think Kingdom Hearts is just complicated.
Also, the only game that I know of that does actually count for the story.
It must feel so proud.
The others might, but I don't know.
Well, most of the other games are just film-related games.
No, I mean things like Knights of the Old Republic, which happened before the game, or the films.
And Rogue Squadron, you mean that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I've actually just thought of a reason why they might try and include at least something from Star Wars. Because you've got the new game Star Wars Battlefront 2, whatever it is, Star Wars Battlefront 3 coming out. You've got the new film coming out.
Episode 7.
Yeah. You've got
Force Awakening.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you got episode 7 coming out.
And don't forget the other film.
Oh, the
Star Wars Rogue, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's one called Star Wars Rogue.
Alright then. So basically with a ton of Star Wars stuff coming out and it's quite hot off the press, I would actually I won't be surprised if something of Star Wars is not in Kingdom Hearts
That's the
3.
thing. I don't mind them having some subtle nods in there.
Yeah,
There's nothing too big.
yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, basically all I want to see is a lightsaber keyboard. That's genuinely what I would like to see.
I'm just not sure how that would look.
It could be like a normal keyblade, but just glow. Like the base keyblade, but look like a lightsaber. You know, the glow of the lightsaber basically around it. So it'd be a blue keyblade. A key-shaped lightsaber.
You never know.
There's ways they could make it work. Like, they could make the edge that you actually attack with the lightsaber part,
Yeah.
but have it so that it's still got a physical bit there where the key part is.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Like the body still be solid, but have the lightsaber beam underneath it.
Yeah, like a lightsaber edge.
Yeah.
I can see that working.
I know I'd like if they don't do the frozen level. I like a frozen keyblade.
One where when you hit them, things become frozen.
Yeah, so it'd have ice magic, but it'd have a little Olaf keyring on the end.
So different to the ice-based keyblade in KH1, the 1.5.
I don't know. I think.
I don't know if I got that one or not. I think I did, but it's not one I used because I went for the Ultima weapon, which of course will make a reappearance.
Well,
Yeah.
if it doesn't, then there would be something wrong.
Well, it's the ultimate weapon.
And
Yeah.
and that comes from the Final Fantasy games.
Yes, it does.
Yes. So the Mongols will make an appearance again.
Muggles.
Mongols.
Of course they will. They're in every Kingdom Hearts.
It's a bit of a pity that the Square Enix have only incorporated the Final Fantasy games. But again, they don't incorporate too many properties from Square Enix, do you really?
Not really, no.
I was thinking it might have been nice if it had some reference to Chrono Trigger in it. Not a role, just maybe a reference.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Oh, thinking of worlds, they haven't done a Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger world.
Even though the Chippendale have been part of the game.
Yeah, but they haven't had their own dedicated world.
Then again, you could say the same thing for DuckTales.
That is true as well. And Tailspin.
Yeah.
Well, since they have actually brought out a remastered version of DuckTales recently, who knows?
A keyblade that when you hit the enemy, it just spews money everywhere.
I guess they could do an epic Mickey world.
No, we're trying to pick good games here.
The 3DS one was good.
I forgot it's on 3DS as well. That was awkward at parts though. Last boss was tricky.
Castle of Illusion. So if we're going down that road,
If we are going around games, then there's a lot of good games that they could incorporate.
See?
games within games, within a game.
Game section. No, you know what? You know what I was saying about Pete being the overall villain? You gotta remember, Pete was the overall villain in World of Illusion. See, he could retake up his mantle as Overlord. You gotta admit that would be a plot twist for Kingdom Hearts, wouldn't it?
Drastically, because he's always played the idiot.
Yeah. It wasn't Xehanort in charge. It wasn't Maleficent. Wasn't even Hook. It was Pete. I'd want him on a swivel chair.
Or like a Bond villain or something.
Yeah. With Mickey Mouse chained to his lap. Hello!
It was me all along.
But he looks like he's just been mucking it out on the farm, you know, straw hat, bit of straw in his mouth, pitchfork.
No. You give him the World of Illusion costume, the hood and stuff.
Oh. You go back to the paddle steamer level, and he's on his wheelchair on the back of the boat with his full get up. Charges to sail on his boat. There'll be 2 cents, please. Nothing. Then you spend half an hour listening to his nefarious plan as he tells you the entire plot.
Like every good villain.
Yeah.
Oh, I love how they did that with the last Marvel movie. How they referenced villains doing that.
Oh, yeah. Did you go see Age of Ultron?
Yes, I was sitting on the opposite side of Chris to you.
I can't remember who went. I also it was John that didn't go, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Well, I wasn't going to miss that.
No, it was a really good film. Fantastic film. I still feel sorry for Thanos at the end though.
Yeah.
Spoiler. Bit late.
Oh, come on, I haven't actually said anything specific. Just that they make a reference.
Good point. Okay.
It was a damn good reference, but...
Spoiler warning. At the end of Age of Ultron, and I do feel sorry for Thanos for that bit where he just grabs the Infinity Gauntlet and goes, "Fine, you'll damn yourself." Like a disgruntled car mechanic who's hired somebody to do the work for him, but keeps messing it up. So has to bring out his own toolkit and do it himself. That could be an interesting one for the Colosseum. Battling Thanos with the Avengers on your side.
Ah, yes.
I think we talked about everything. We talked about Avengers. We talked about Kingdom Hearts 3, which was the original topic.
Yes, it was.
How dare you keep us on topic?
Good.
Curse you, Defector. We got to give Square Enix lots of ideas for their game. They won't ever hear any of them.
Just as long as you got the voice acting done soon enough. Because, grr.
Yeah, what he said.
And if they haven't, they'll have to find a cunning way of changing the voice acting halfway through.
We'll get that guy who sounds like Leonard Nimoy, who isn't Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Or there could just be an additional cutscene halfway through that shows how his voice changes because of something that Xehanort does to a particular character in order to change voices.
Or they could just go down the Japanese Bleach route.
They won't notice.
They did.
No. I just think Xehanort would just make a device that would change all the voices.
No, but on the Bleach front,
They
I
actually
think
tried that one. They'll change the voice actor. They won't notice.
yeah, it didn't really work. I think it was the female voice actor for Siphon sadly died in a car accident. But it was halfway through a season, so they just hired a new voice actor. Hoping no one would notice. Surprisingly, people noticed. Be like if they hired a new voice actor for any, like the English voice actor for Siphon. Actually, I think they did that too. At some point.
They changed what's his name?
Oh,
I suck with names in Bleach.
oh, talking about Bleach.
Yeah.
There's only one thing to do for this. Describe him.
The guy on Earth, not in this centre, who, with his assistants, the shop guy.
Oh, Keisuke O'Hara.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they changed his voice for a scene or something.
Yeah. But it's not as bad as I think it was George Lazenby James Bond. Apparently they got a guy to actually dub some of his lines. I think there was some lines where he didn't sound English enough or something. So they hired an actor to do some lines for him. It reminds me of an old 2D TV sketch. I think it's like they have Vinnie Jones, and he does this amazing stunt. He crashes through a car, he crashes through a bus, he drives over a pit of man-eating sharks, and there's an explosion. And he gets out of the car and he goes, "Last time I do that." And the producer goes, "Cut." What sort of thing? Goes, "Vinny, don't do that again. We've got people for that." And he brings on a voice actor to do the line for him. That was kind of funny. Been years since 2D TV's been on TV. He replaced it with something else.
But we'll have to see.
3D TV.
Well,
Oh, they did that, but it wasn't very good.
oh, actually, on the whole subject, voice actors and Kingdom Hearts. Didn't one of the voice actors come out and say we've actually already done all the voice acting?
Goofy's a voice actor, I think it was.
Yeah, he was doing Goofy, and then Square Enix kind
Didn't
of
like that.
didn't like that. No.
Oh no.
But if he was right, then we should be okay.
Yeah, so we're kind of hoping he was right.
Yeah, because this is the last chapter for Xehanort, or the Xehanort
It
stories.
is, yeah.
Yes.
So in that way, it's kind of lucky.
It is. It's very lucky. Oh, at least we know what the storylines are about. Xehanort collecting Xehanorts
For the big confrontation.
of the 13 evils versus the 7 lights.
Yeah, to try and open the way to Kingdom Hearts.
Which has kind of been the underlying story for...
Yeah, because he wants to get to the true Kingdom Hearts, not the
Fake one.
fake ones they've been trying to make.
It's all very gripping stuff.
But the only way to get to the true Kingdom Hearts is to use the original Keyblade with the Greek X, not the word key. It's just pronounced the same.
Was that the very first one you seen in Kingdom Hearts 1?
No. The first one you see in Kingdom Hearts 1 is the Kingdom Key. The
Yes.
Keyblade is the one that looks like two Keyblades crossed together as a sword, with a sword blade up the middle. But you only ever see an incomplete version, and it's in Birth by Sleep.
So that's why I've not seen it.
Yeah,
You'd have to play 2.5. That was in 2.5, wasn't it? Birth by Sleep.
that's right.
Yeah, you guys play it in 2.5.
Yay, I can do. I have it, so...
Because he tries to do it by splitting the good and bad in Ventus to create Vanitas as all of the bad that was in Ventus. But it doesn't work properly because Ventus sacrifices himself essentially to destroy the Keyblade,
That jerk.
which is why he's essentially in a coma for since Birth by Sleep ended.
Poor guy.
In a room in Castle Oblivion that can only be found by Aqua.
Well, at least he knows where he is.
She's the only person who knows where he is.
So where's
Everybody else knows the room where he is. It's just with the way the castle works, she is the only one who can get there. He's in the Chamber of Awakening.
You know, if they kill Aqua, Ventus will be trapped there forever.
Oh, he'll probably be able to get out when he wakes up.
He has to wake up first.
Yeah, because part of his heart is inside Sora.
That-
Sora just has...
He has a lot.
He's too helpful for his own good, and he pays for it.
So just like taking people's hearts and putting them inside himself, doesn't he?
Because during Kingdom Hearts 1, he actually has Ventus and Kairi inside his heart.
There's a lot of room in that guy's heart, isn't there?
But yeah, like I said, he pays for it in the end. In Dream Drop Distance, it just becomes too much for him.
And he dies.
No, but it makes him an easy target for Xehanort, which is why Xehanort's plan almost worked. He wanted to put a bit of his own heart inside of Sora
Oh yeah.
to turn Sora into a new clone of him. But Mickey and Riku and that find them and stop him.
You know what? I think I could have probably just asked. Beginning of KH1. Sorry, can I put my heart in yours, mate? Sure, mister. I love me some heart. I loves to help. He would have won by the second minute of Kingdom Hearts 1, wouldn't he?
Probably.
Excellent. Has anybody got any closing thoughts? Because we have passed the hour mark now.
Just that I hope they make it fun, like they've been doing with all the rest of them.
Yes. And I hope they don't mess around too much with stuff that shouldn't be there. Like we talked about Marvel and Star Wars, and I really hope that if they do put them in, they put them in tastefully and not like try and destroy the whole story.
I hope it manages to make it onto this generation. You know, Xbox One, PS4.
Yes, it well. This generation hasn't been out that long.
No, but
It's rare that games
slip.
end up doing that.
I know.
There's only what, a few recently that have had that problem.
It will be interesting to see it. And one more thing. I hope they do a special edition PS4 for it. That'd be nice.
Oh, that could look good.
Some kind of keyblade design.
Or at least a theme.
Yeah.
for
Or
it.
maybe just the silhouette of Sora from Kingdom Hearts 1 in it. You know, he's got that little reed sticking out his mouth.
Oh yeah, in the on the main menu screen.
Yeah. Have that just decorating the top of the PS4.
Oh, was the 1.5 version better?
I can't remember. I'll have to look into it later.
Yeah, I think the 1.5 one looked nicer. I just can't think of what it was properly.
Or, even though it won't happen this one, a picture of Shion on it. Just for that out there, square. PS4 with a picture of Shion on it.
To be fair, Shion hasn't been completely eradicated. She wasn't in just one game. She was mentioned in Recorded. Because even though everybody forgot her, she was still connected to Sora's heart.
He's got a lot of heart, that kid.
Well, his heart's connected to most people we've seen.
Yeah, and Rico, they kind of brought that out
Yeah.
quite well, because it's like, I'm seeing all these people, but then I'm just forgetting them all.
No, there was a reason for that.
Yes, because of where he was.
That was Castle Oblivion.
Yes.
And what's her name?
Noname?
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
That was her doing.
Yes. And then finally he finds out.
Yeah.
And then they start basically dealing with all the bugs.
Yeah, because Namine puts a message in the journal, but it gets hidden.
Yes. Because they need to rebuild the journal from Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah,
I guess it's from Kingdom Hearts 1.
it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without Tarzan's world.
Yes.
Well, that was some in-depth closing thoughts, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Shall we have closing thoughts Act 2? Or shall we just say goodbye?
I think we should say goodbye.
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything we're going to.
Yes, we have.
Alright, just one quick question. Will
Oh, yeah.
Nominate appear in Kingdom Hearts 3?
No.
I was thinking the same because Nominate was nobody. Am I correct?
She reconnected with Kyrie,
Yeah.
like Roxas did with Sora. So, no, she won't.
Okay.
And there we have it. Nominee and Roxas won't be in KH3 because everybody's reconnected. And this time we gotta sing goodbye.
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 Bye.